like. I'll borrow you, buddy. So, the next hand tool we're going to look at is called the Tiger's Claw Strike. All World War II combative strikes have terrible names, just go with it. Tiger Claw Strike, the principle is this. As opposed to a straight palm heel shot that comes out, Tiger's Claw Strike follows the same trajectory, but the fingers hit first. So the fingers hit the eyes first. So think of it like a finger jab with to the eyes, and then it finishes with the palm. So the idea is that we're doubling up on the trauma. The hand's a bit like the chin jabber splayed, like you're holding a grapefruit. So again, if you tap yourself on the body and have some degree of tension in your fingers, it's a pretty robust tool. You can hit pretty hard with it. You don't want it too tense, you don't want your hands in this fashion, you want it in this fashion.
The other side of it,
yeah. You also got to remember that odds are, under duress, you'll probably miss what you're aiming for. Yeah? If you imagine, a fight for your life is the most important thing you could ever do. If you're telling me you could hit something the size of a 10p piece with your finger, under stress and duress, while that 10p could move of its own accord, you know, it's a very unlikely odds that you're going to hit precisely what you want. This essentially multiplies our chances. If our hands and fingers are splayed, if I miss with the middle finger, I might end up with the little finger. If I miss with the little finger, I might end up with the thumb. I've got more opportunities to spike something into one or more of the eyeballs. So the Tiger Claw shot works like this. The fingers go towards the eyes and it collapses into the palm. And if we show again from the side, fingers to the eyes and it collapses into the palm. Now, there's two dynamics for this. There's me proactively deciding, shit, bang, and I'm going to fire that shot in. Before he's even got combative, I've decided to take up this distance, step towards the enemy with that same lunge we do with the knife, fingers and palm in, full extension, because I want to go. Yeah? I don't want to finish this encounter. I want boom and go. So it's a long lunging technique. It can also be used reactively. So reactively might mean, let's imagine a punch is coming in, I'm going to move my head offline and tiger claw into here. Or I move my head offline and I tiger claw into here. Much like you do in normal boxing, every time you're striking, ideally your head should be moving. If you keep your head static and go boom, his sympathetic reflex will mean he'll also hit me at the same time. He might hit me slightly after, but he might hit me much harder. Yep, so if I'm here and I go to strike him and I don't move my head, I might hit him first, but I'm going to eat something. You should always, if you decided to hit someone, bang, move your head. Make sense? Yep. Because from his perspective, this whole conversation, my head has remained here. Close your eyes, find my head with your eyes closed. Close your eyes, touch my head. Yeah, exactly. It doesn't need to recalculate, does it? So a blind man could kill me. A blind man could kill me because he can find my head with his eyes closed. If I decide to take the initiative and strike, my head should be moving. My head should at least be 6 inches away from where it was when I started. That's the important thing about the tiger claw shot. So whether I've decided to do it, or whether he's struck me, boom, either way, my head by default should move. Because think about it, even if I decide to go through now, my head's moved, I'm already out the door. If I stay still, and I see this all the time in modern combatives, bang, or bang, bang. Yeah, that's great. But someone a smaller, like if he hits me with 2 palm strikes to the face, like that in a static line, and I fire back, it's kind of going to cause a lot more damage, isn't it? You know, that you won't have the weight, power, strength to put someone away. You can't risk not moving your head. With all these things, move your head. It's just like the foxhole analogy. I'm in the foxhole, I fire. In the foxhole, fire. Always changing levels. But with all martial applications, especially if you're striking first, move your head. If you don't move your head, it's a rookie move. And you could survive it once, twice, 10 times. But eventually, someone's going to hit you as you hit them, and you're going to have a bad time with it.
Can you do it like a straight class, like Victor Redford doing?
You can. The main thing is you need to be really on it, because anytime I hit you and I leave a bit of a gap, like we said, in a weapons-rich environment, boom, boom, boom. In reality, I want, boom, you want to go shut your eyes, and I'm already here. You know, I don't want to leave too many gaps. I don't want to be an opposite magnet. The only time I might want that is if I've decided to stun and escape the situation. But yeah, the fingers go towards the eyes, the head moves offline, the palm hits the target, and then you would immediately be transitioning to something else, chin jabs, edge of hand blows, or you've done this to an effect, an escape. But the fingers to the eyes are really important, because unless you've got knockout power, and not many people have knockout power, what I want to do is cause trauma. Trauma is what I want, and fingers to the eyes cause that trauma. And why would you not? It's best of both. I get trauma to the eye, and you still end up with the solid palm strike to the face anyway. If I go straight to the palm strike, I've cheated myself of an extra bit of trauma. And I've had the gall or cheek to believe that that will knock a man out. Now, me, 6'3", 19 stone, I could cause some damage with that straight palm strike. Nancy Wake, 5'2", probably 9 stone, not going to knock out a full-grown man with just a palm strike, doesn't matter how well taught. But if I can get fingers to the eyes and the palm strike, one of the two are going to take their effect. But at all times, we must be moving our head. Moving our head. If he's striking me, moving my head. If he's grabbed me, I still want to be moving my head, don't I? Because if he's grabbed me, he knows exactly where my face is to punch me. But my first recourse to action needs to be shift that head. And then I might do all the stuff. Moral of the story is move your head at all times. Every time I'm hitting, my head is either in a different direction or on a different level. He has to deal with that and recalculate. Like I said, it's the OODA loop. My head's always moving, he has to reorientate. He has to...
Also can help you with the multiples, right?
Yeah.
You can go to use him as a shield, right?
I always use the Stinger missile analogy. So Stinger missile, surface-to-air missile, right? And you point it at things that fly in the sky. If you point it at the helicopter in the sky and it goes beep, that means it's locked on. If it's not locked on, it's like beep, beep. If I'm stuck in his viewfinder, I'm beep, bang. If I'm moving, boop, boop, he can't get a lock onto me. And that's what we want. We don't want any time for him to get a decent lock onto me. So the tiger claw strike, step, fingers, palm. Step, fingers, palm. Strike comes in, step, fingers, palm. Grab comes in, step, fingers, palm. You know, it's a universal, ubiquitous technique. You use it whether he's done nothing or in reaction to him doing something. But it's always there and ready to go for you. So I want you to practice that against the human being, and then, once you've had a couple of goes against the meat puppet, have a couple of goes with the focus mitt. And again, for this, very easy. You can hit, palm and grip at the same time. Boom. So it will look at speed like you're grabbing the top of the focus mitt. Boom. Move your head. Boom. Move your head. Boom. Move your head. I don't even have to move side to side. I can just go down. Boom. 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 So that tiger claw strike has got a lot of power. It's got a lot of range, and it's got double trauma chances, eyeballs and consciousness. And that's what we want. So move you down, heads. Here we go.